So, in this segment, we're going to be talking about EU finance firms opening UK offices and how this is a massive amount of spin from the BBC. So, congratulations, BBC, you have once again failed at your job. And would it be explaining why this is spin and why this isn't a win, anyways? So, about 1,000 EU finance firms are eyeing up offices in the UK for the first time, according to the financial consultancy Boville. A Freedom of Information request by the firm found that 1,500 money managers, payment firms, and insurers have applied for permission to continue operating in the UK after Brexit, and that's the key there, is to continue operating. So that means these people are most likely already here, right? And this is just so they can continue doing whatever it is they are doing. Around two-thirds had no prior physical operations in Britain, it said. Do you know why? Because they didn't need to, because of EU passporting, which is something we'll talk about just towards the end of this bit. Many of the European firms will be opening offices for the first time, which is good news for UK professional advice firms across multiple industries, including lawyers, accountants, consultants, recruiters, said Mike Johnson, managing consultant at Boville. He added that businesses from the firm should provide a welcome boost to the service sector too. There have been many worries about how the UK's financial sector will be affected by Brexit. Last month, London was ousted by Amsterdam as the largest share trading centre in Europe as Brexit-related changes to finance rules came into force. So the reason why this is fraudulent is because the reason they're doing this is to avoid any issues with passporting. So the EU passporting system for banks and financial service companies enables firms that are authorised in any EU or EEA state to trade freely in any other with minimal additional authorization. These passports are the foundation of the EU single market for financial services. So basically, prior to Brexit, they didn't need to have physical offices because of passporting. They didn't need a physical presence, but because of Brexit, they do. And we'll talk about kind of my theory on this one. But we'll go to this guy here. I don't really like him that much. I think he's a bit pretentious, but the points he makes here are pretty decent. So he makes the point that they're continuing to operate and that the UK has lost up to about 7,000 financial service jobs due to Brexit. So this is a net loss of about 6,000 jobs. This is a net loss of about 5,500 jobs, and that's if that was this 1,500. This 1,500 coming here, and us losing the 7,000, which we know isn't the case. The only thing that's really happened is that these people are applying to continue just to have the ability to work here. So Brexit's cost more than cost 1,000 of city finance jobs. We know it's about 7,000 altogether, according to the Bank of England. So it's a very fraudulent argument. I don't understand why the BBC have written the article in this way. The only thing they go on to talk about here is that where these firms are coming from and regulatory equivalence. And the reason I think they're moving here is because they don't think the EU are going to give the UK regulatory equivalence. So they're setting up shop, through subsidiaries within the UK, just so they don't have any legal issues into the future, because they do want to continue trading here, but obviously they would rather stay within the EU. The same way, they're doing this to avoid any barriers with trade with the UK. The same way that UK firms have had to open subsidiaries within the EU to avoid issues with EU laws that stop trade from the UK into the EU, if that makes sense. So this is mainly to do with passporting and just trying to avoid any friction between the UK and the EU as two separate entities by setting shop in both of them, really. And so around two-thirds of these firms had no prior physical operations in the EU, so we know one-third of this group did, and we also know that they're continuing. This is to continue operations. It says it somewhere. To continue operating within the UK. So this is not new. This is, by the looks of things, not new jobs. This is not new people coming here. The only people who benefit from this really are landlords and people who own, what's called real estate, because they're going to make money off the offices. They're the only people who benefit here, because they're going to make money off the rent or money off selling office blocks. Like, this is not a big win from the UK. We can see from this we've lost 7,000 jobs. That's an actual loss. These jobs are gone. And what we do know is that that's 7,000 jobs just from the financial service jobs. These are just financial service jobs, and that these 1,500 jobs here, yeah, 1,500 jobs here are only just to continue working within the UK. So this is not a win. Why the BBC have titled it like this, I don't know. The BBC know people just read headlines mostly nowadays. So this is this is the awful spin from the BBC. Um, but it's to be expected nowadays, honestly. And we've got more stories about client journalism from the BBC, and we'll be talking about that later on during this week. Hopefully, what day are we on? We're Tuesday today, isn't it? Yeah, at some point during the week we'll be covering more of these stories, but we'll see what happens. But what we do know is that these firms are opening up physical offices so they can continue working here without any issues, at least hopefully any issues, and that the UK are being fraudulent here. I mean, the BBC are being fraudulent here. This is not a win. This is only a win for landlords and people that own real estate. Well, I suppose landlords do own real estate, but people who sell offices and stuff like that, or construction workers who want to convert spaces into offices. There's a couple winners here, but on the whole, this is not some huge win for Brexit. This is just showing you that I don't think the EU are going to grant us equivalence, because if they were going to grant us equivalence, then these firms wouldn't have to do this. So this tells me that these firms are worried about equivalency rules, which means that if you haven't set up a subsidiary within the EU and you're a finance company, you're in for a bumpy road. If you're a service-based company, you may be in for a bumpy road. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.